What if I told you that no insult, no disrespect, no criticism could ever make you angry again? Not because people stop provoking you, but because their words simply lose all power over you. Most people think anger is a reflex. The Stoics knew better. Anger is a choice you haven't learned to control yet. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus trained their minds to become untouchable. Calm in chaos, steady under attack, unshaken by anyone's opinion. In this video, you'll learn how to build that same inner armor, not by suppressing emotions, but by mastering perception itself. And it all begins with the first Stoic principle that changes everything: how you reframe insults before they ever reach your heart. An insult only has power if it enters your mind and is allowed to stay there. Most people never question this. They hear a comment, feel the emotional sting, and immediately react. But Stoicism teaches something radically different. Words are neutral until you assign meaning to them. Think about this carefully. If someone speaks badly about you in a language you don't understand, do you feel angry? Of course not. The sound reaches your ears, but the meaning never reaches your mind. This alone proves a powerful truth. It's not the words that hurt you, it's your interpretation of them. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. They taught that people speak from their own inner state. A bitter mind produces bitter words. An insecure person lashes out to feel powerful. When someone insults you, you are not seeing your reflection. You are seeing theirs. Their frustration, their wounds, their lack of inner control. The moment you truly grasp this, anger begins to lose its grip. Instead of reacting emotionally, you pause and ask yourself, is this actually about me? Most of the time, the honest answer is no. And once you see that, the insult collapses under its own weight. This doesn't mean you become passive or weak. On the contrary, it means you become selective. You stop letting random people rent space in your mind for free. You stop handing your emotional steering wheel to strangers. Power begins when you choose perception over reaction, when you see words as noise, not commands. When you understand that no one can insult your worth unless you agree with them. And once you master this first shift, perception over emotion, you are ready for the next level of Stoic strength, learning what truly deserves your energy and what deserves none at all. There is a quiet freedom that most people never experience, and it begins with one simple realization: not everything deserves your energy. Stoicism teaches that your life becomes lighter the moment you stop trying to control what was never yours to command in the first place. You can't control how people speak to you. You can't control their moods, opinions, disrespect, or ignorance. But you can control how much access they have to your inner world. Most anger is born from resistance. We fight reality, wishing people were different, kinder, smarter, more fair. But every time you demand the world behave according to your expectations, you hand your peace away. The Stoics understood this deeply. They drew a sharp line between what is within your power, your thoughts, judgments, and actions, and what is not. When someone provokes you, pause and ask a single question: is this within my control? If the answer is no, then anger becomes unnecessary. You don't get angry at the wind for blowing or the rain for falling. You adjust, you adapt, you move forward. People's behavior should be treated the same way, as weather, not personal attacks. This shift changes everything. You stop reacting emotionally and start responding intentionally. You conserve your energy. You protect your focus. You refuse to let external chaos dictate your internal state. Control what you can: your breath, your response, your standards, your discipline. Release the rest without bitterness. And when you master this distinction, something powerful happens. Nothing can truly disturb you anymore, because you've learned the art of selective attention, the foundation of unshakable calm. With this control firmly in place, the next step is learning how to mentally prepare for adversity before it arrives, so nothing catches you off guard. Let's move to the next principle. Most people believe anger comes from what happens to them. The Stoics knew better. Anger comes from being unprepared. Negative visualization is not pessimism. It is mental armor. Each morning, before the world has a chance to touch you, imagine this. Someone will test your patience today. Someone may criticize you unfairly. Someone may misunderstand you, disrespect you, or try to provoke you. Not because you deserve it, but because that is human nature. When you expect smooth days, the smallest insult feels like betrayal. But when you expect resistance, nothing surprises you. Marcus Aurelius practiced this daily. He reminded himself that he would encounter arrogance, selfishness, and ignorance, and that none of it needed to disturb his inner calm. By rehearsing adversity in his mind, he stripped it of its power in real life. Think of it like this. A boxer who trains for impact does not panic when he gets hit. A mind that prepares for negativity does not flinch when it arrives. Negative visualization trains emotional resilience. When an insult finally comes, your mind says, "I've been here before." There is no shock, no spike of anger, just awareness. You don't react because you already accepted the possibility. And here's the paradox. By imagining discomfort in advance, you suffer less when it happens. By accepting human flaws ahead of time, you stop taking them personally. This practice doesn't harden you, it steadies you. And once you are no longer surprised by negativity, you gain something rare. The ability to choose calm instead of reaction. Now, with your mind prepared and your expectations aligned with reality, you're ready for the next step. How to disarm provocation completely by responding with indifference. Most people believe strength means reacting fast, defending yourself, proving a point. Stoicism teaches the opposite. True power is selective response. Not everything deserves your attention. Not every provocation deserves your energy. When someone tries to anger you, they are unconsciously asking for control over your inner world. Indifference is how you refuse that offer. You don't argue. You don't explain. You don't escalate. You simply choose not to participate in their emotional storm. Indifference is not weakness. It is discipline. It is the quiet confidence of someone who knows their value doesn't need defending. Think of it like this. Fire needs oxygen. Take away the oxygen, and the fire dies. When you respond with calm neutrality, the provocation loses its fuel. A calm face, a short pause, a neutral tone, or even silence, can be more powerful than the sharpest comeback. You are not suppressing emotion, you are governing it. Over time, people learn something important about you. You are not easily moved. And when others can't shake you, they stop trying. This emotional self-command prepares you for the next step, strengthening your inner discipline so your calm becomes unbreakable no matter the situation. Becoming calm, unbothered, and emotionally unshakable is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. Just like your body weakens without movement, your mind becomes reactive without training. Stoicism was never meant to be read once and admired. It was meant to be lived, practiced, and repeated, especially on ordinary days. Training your mind starts with awareness. Each day, notice what triggers you, not to judge yourself, but to study yourself. Anger is a signal. It shows you where your ego is attached, where expectations are rigid, where control is imagined instead of real. When you observe these moments calmly, they lose power over you. Simple habits create extraordinary strength. Spend a few minutes in silence each morning. Let your thoughts settle before the world demands your attention. Journal at night. Write down when you felt irritated, why it happened, and how you could respond better next time. This isn't weakness, it's discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote for himself, not for praise. You should do the same. Mental training also means choosing what you consume. What you watch, read, and listen to shapes your inner voice. Feed your mind with ideas that sharpen you, not content that keeps you angry, afraid, or addicted to outrage. Calm is built intentionally. Over time, something changes. The pause between stimulus and response grows wider. You stop reacting automatically. You start choosing deliberately. People notice, but more importantly, you feel it. You're no longer pulled into drama. You're grounded. And this is where it all comes together. When you train your mind daily, anger stops being your default. Calm becomes your identity. Which leads us to the final truth, the conclusion that ties every Stoic lesson into one unbreakable mindset. Anger doesn't disappear because the world becomes kinder. It disappears when you become stronger than the noise. Remember this: no insult has power unless you give it permission. No provocation can shake you unless you surrender your control. The Stoics didn't escape life's chaos. They rose above it by mastering their inner world. When you train your mind daily, respond with clarity instead of impulse, and choose calm over ego, you become untouchable. Not cold, not passive, but steady, grounded, and free. Carry this with you. You don't win by reacting. You win by remaining unshaken. If this message resonated with you, stay on this path. Strengthen your mind. Protect your peace. And remember, true power is quiet. See you in the next lesson.